Okay,
Time to start making dumb faces.
it's now recording, so that is on there now. Congrats. Okay, so Lindsay and I are so excited tonight. One common question that I think that we both get is where to start, or what exactly should I be doing in my business? And as you're going through this business, you should be growing and taking on more tasks. You're still going to continue doing, things like your vital behaviors, but as you grow your team, you're going to take on different roles of leadership. So we came up with a PowerPoint just to kind of give you a better idea of different things that you should be doing. And it's such a great tool for you to go back and look as you grow in the business and to see where you're at, where you want to go. And it's just a great way to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. So let me get my PowerPoint up. Let me share screen actually. Okay. Of course, I hate this. It like covers up the play slideshow. I know it's at the top, right?
I just hit slideshow.
Where's that at?
It's on the taskbar. Oh, can you not see it because of the thing?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can slide this. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is if you're a coach rank. So here are just the fundamental things that are going to get you started. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to slide this down again. All right. So if you're a coach rank, you want to connect with people you already know in person and on social media. So at this point, you just want to start talking about your journey. And so if you're already past coach rank and you feel like you are already doing these things, I want you to think, how can I help my team do these things too? So when you bring on new people to your team, think about how you can teach them to do these things. So just start talking about their journey. The goal, I think you're going to notice this in every single one, help at least 3 people each month by getting them started with a challenge pack. Don't be intimidated by challenge packs. They are there because they truly help people. The winning combination is doing a workout program from start to finish and adding on good, solid nutrition. I could go on and on about this, but we live in a world full of convenience, and choosing healthy options along the way is really hard. And Shakeology is just going to be always one of those things that's going to give people dense nutrition. It's going to cut out those cravings for sugar. It's going to give them more energy. It's going to make them feel better. So the sooner that you can understand and feel educated about Shakeology, and feel convicted by it and know how much it's going to help people, the easier it is going to be to help people get started with that. So if you feel like you maybe don't understand or not, if you feel like maybe there's a gap somewhere in what you know about Shakeology or how you explain it to people, I would definitely recommend watch YouTube videos on it and just educate yourself on it. So the more confident you feel, the more confident you're going to be explaining it to other people. Another thing that you'll do as a coach is invite people to your challenge group. So typically, if you're a new coach, you're not going to be running challenge groups on your own. So talk to your sponsor about what challenge groups they have coming up. There are always resources for you if you feel comfortable running your own challenge groups. I know if you look in pretty much any of the team pages, if you go to the files tab, you can find full challenge groups with content and everything readily available for you, and you can run your own group. But the thing about running your own group is you have to make sure that you have participants in that group. So talking about it, like I said, with people in person, talk about your journey and sharing that on social media. Drink Shakeology and work out every day. Invest 10 minutes a day in personal development. I would say this is probably, I mean, it's a vital behavior for a reason. Growing your mind so that the other things in your life can improve too. Complete 101 course. I know there's a Team Inspired and Fit 101, and there's also a Heart and Hustle 101. And get enrolled in the next Rock the Business course. They're now, the change, if you don't know, there's only one Rock the Business course. So once you do that one, then that's the only main training now. Listen to National Wake Up Call, connect on your team page, become friends with the people on your team, and then attending events. So almost all of you had your hands up that you were going to Super Saturday next weekend. You're on this team call right now. You're all doing the things that you need to be doing to connect with the team. So, and push groups. So push groups are just like, once you've done Rock the Business, push groups are just like a different type of training that you can get into. Maybe it's like a Push to Emerald group where you're working on hitting that goal, or maybe it's like an inviting push group, just kind of pushing yourself a little bit more. I don't know why it's not going. There we go. Okay, and then things to know as a coach when you're at the coach rank. Doing the 4 vital behaviors consistently. I think that's probably the biggest mistake I see in a lot of new coaches, is that they're doing the vital behaviors, but they're not always consistent. If you haven't read The Compound Effect, read that. That'll make a lot of sense with that consistency piece. Know how to share know what your story is and how to share it. A big thing I always talk about, or I always hear about, are pain points. Where were you? Where are you now? And if you've already seen that growth, sorry, how do I want to say that? Let me start over. Okay, so it's either you're at your starting point and you're explaining where you want to go, or you're looking back at where you were and where you are now. Does that make sense? So you're finding that story of where you were stuck and how you grew. What changes did you make to get there? Social media, you're finding your niche, figuring out what to share and how often to share, and you're really trying to meet your avatar. Your avatar is just basically a person just like you, kind of hitting those pain points, what I was talking about. Know the value of Shakeology and the importance of challenge packs. Know what the fitness programs are and the ones that are on promotion. So right now, the one on promotion is All Access Pass. And then the last part is just know the basic compensation details. What is the commission like? Do you know how to track how much you're earning? Have a basic understanding of what volume is and what Success Club is. So, and by the way, Lindsay and I will both share this PowerPoint in our team pages. So you'll have access to this after. And then the last part I want to show you on Coach Rank is, so this is a leadership ladder. So basically, all of the milestones on here, the biggest thing is that you're hitting Success Club. So as a coach rank, the mark you're trying to hit on the leadership ladder is the business starter. You have to have 100 business points a month. And then I think, is that just volume, Lindsay? like PV? Yes. Okay, thank you. And then you have to hit Success Club 5. So, and the cool thing about the leadership ladder is when you go right into your back office, it'll kind of estimate what your next month will look like based on what kind of month you had this month. And if you're actively growing your business, that benchmark should continue to go up. All right, and then does anybody have any questions about Coach Rank or any of the tasks on there? Hold on, do I need to check my chat? Here I was thinking like, oh, maybe people have questions in the chat, and all I see is slumber party. All right, Lindsay, go ahead. All you.
Okay, and then when we get to the know this slide, is it okay if I screen share my thing quick? I have the back office up where the training stuff is. So I'm gonna talk about the emerald rank. So what is an emerald? An emerald is when you have a coach on each leg. So you'll learn this, I think in Rock the Business, I'd imagine you do, that you have 2 legs, a right and a left. And so when you have somebody on each leg, you're considered an emerald. So that's the next rank up from a coach. So pretty much like what Lauren was saying, a lot of times as you're advancing rank, you are still doing the same tasks that you were at the rank before. So like as a coach, you're still connecting with people as an emerald. You already know in person, you're still posting on social media. You might be adding more to your network and possibly growing it to people you might not know as well anymore. So it's, we call your warm market kind of like your really good friends, your family. So you might be going out into like more your lukewarm market where you kind of know these people or you knew them a long time ago. And then eventually you reach out to your cold market. Same kind of thing. You're going to help at least 3 people each month by getting them started with a challenge pack, inviting people to your challenge group, drinking Shakeology, and working out every day. So again, those vital behaviors, making sure you're doing your PD every day. Enrolling in push groups, participating or running in challenge groups with other teammates. So same kind of thing. Like you can do whatever you want. I tend to do like a big group with like, 4 coaches or more as a big group. And we have a bunch of people and it's like a big party. And then a lot of times I run my own individual group because I want that more one-on-one time to develop relationships with people. And sometimes it's a little less intimidating when there's only just one coach in there and they know you and trust you and they might be more apt to participate. So, but you can do whatever you want. Like you can do big group ones, you can do individual ones, whatever you want for challenge groups. Super important to still listen to the national wake-up calls. I saw a bunch of comments when Lauren was talking, like the one this week. I mean, the things that they share on the national wake-up call sometimes aren't like necessarily like bombs that they drop, but it's just those consistent reminders. Like, today's was about like objections that you get about people joining your business opportunity, or yesterday's. I listened to it on Tuesdays. And a lot of times it's us being afraid to ask people, or us being afraid of acting, like feeling like we're salesy. And so it's just always good to have those constant reminders. But then sometimes they drop stuff and you're just like, oh my gosh, my mind was blown by that. But yeah, so national wake-up calls are really good. And then making sure you're connected in your team page. Like if you find a really good training video, make sure you share it. Or if you see a fellow coach do something amazing, like make sure you give them a shout out. And commenting and sharing that kind of stuff in your team page is always good. And then like Lauren said, attending training events, Super Saturday, Summit. You gotta go to Summit. It's so amazing. So amazing. So okay, advance the slide. Is it going? Okay, there you go. Okay, so what should you be doing as an emerald? Some things that you need to know. So once you start growing your business and you have coaches under you and you might have a little bit more leadership responsibility, it's really important that you set business hours and stick with them. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You have a power hour where you set an hour aside every day. and you dive in and we have trackers that you can find. I mean, there's tons of them in different team pages. You can go through the tracker and do it all in an hour, or you can do more what I do. I'm more of a pocket power hour person. I do it in pockets during the day when I have time. Some days it's an hour. Some days I only get 20 minutes in. Some days it's 2 hours. Kind of depends on what day it is. But just make sure that, like, especially if you have young kids or if you have like a family, like talk with your spouse and have that conversation and figure out like what your business hours are going to be, especially with your family. Like Facebook pages. Yes, Danielle, TeamZ. TeamZ is so awesome. I recorded a thing, I think it's you guys' team page for Heart and Hustle. It's so amazing. It helps you keep track of everything. You can get it all done in 20 minutes, and it's awesome. Like Facebook pages based on your personal interests, Instagram, business profile, that kind of stuff. So like on Facebook, I would be in like a Backstreet Boys, group, or Peanut Butter Junkie group or something like that. Just get into groups of people that like things that you enjoy and then connect with them. And that's another way to kind of build your network. Posting social media or pictures of social media on from your workout, following up with everybody you meet. This can be in the grocery store, a dance class, if you have a band, like football, whatever you have. And then this one is a really good one. Use curiosity marketing to intrigue the people in your network. So this is something that Shalene presented on at Summit this last year. And she, a lot of people are really like, other network marketing companies that are like in your face, and you know exactly what they're trying to get you to possibly invest in. Well, what we need to be doing is maybe being a little bit more discreet about it and get people curious. So you don't actually say like today I did an invitation kind of about the Miracle Morning. I didn't say what I do. I didn't say, what the book was. I just said, I literally changed up my morning routine. I quit doing my favorite workout on the planet so that I could do this in the morning because it's changed my life. And then you leave it at that. And then people ask you what it is. So leave it more kind of like breadcrumbing, kind of leaving little trails and get people curious about what you're doing and it doesn't feel salesy that way because you're not trying to sell somebody to something. You're trying to convince them, why you love what you're doing. So Miracle Morning's a bomb too. So if you ever want to do a challenge group on that, I highly recommend that. It's really good. Let's see, wear branded logo wear. Usually when I'm doing my workouts, I'm usually wearing some sort of Beachbody attire. If I'm going out, go get groceries or whatever, I'm usually carrying my Shaco bottle or something like that. Do the Beachbody Super Workout to experience our popular fitness programs. That's at Summit. It's amazing. It's an hour and a half of them killing you, and it's awesome. It's crazy. Visit the current promotions page in the Coach Online office. So same kind of thing. If you log into your Coach Online office, over on the right is the Coach News. So breaking news, that kind of stuff. So you can go in there and there's archived things. So you can go in and hit the archive in there the last couple weeks, and it's all categorized by like topics. So if it's Shaco or if it's workout programs or, more businessy type things, you can look back a long ways at different Coach breaking news. And then inviting friends over to work out with you, test out Shaco, that kind of stuff. So same kind of thing with like the live events. Like a lot of times if you invite somebody who you think might be interested in joining coaching, take them to a Super Saturday. Like that is a really good way for them to experience like the energy that is the community. That's the best part basically of this whole coaching thing. And invite like what Lauren's doing. She has a friend that's a neighbor that's coming over and working out with her in the morning. Not only are they accountability partners, but then, they're just working out together, which is like, it's really nice. It's like a gym setting in your own home. So, okay, advanced slide.
I was also going to say too, on the branded logo wear, because you guys all know I'm a shopping addict, shopaholic over here. The apparel that you guys all saw from Summit is now available on the website. So I just had to say that because I was totally like scrolling through needing stuff. So
the leggings are amazing. So, okay. Oh, you want to go back one? And then will you unshare? And then I'll share mine. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is, and I can see where your troubles were, Lauren. Okay, so something that you may or may not know, that in the back office of our Coach Online office, there are training documents in here that I would recommend coming in and checking out. If you ever need an idea, like we do have Rock the Business, we do have, like 101s for different, once you become a coach or whatever. But these are more tools. Like you can go on YouTube and find things, but on here, over on the right or on the left here, you can see there's an overview, getting started, and then there's the different ranks. So this is where Lauren and I kind of found this information that we're sharing with you today. But if you go to the Learn How tab on here and scroll down, there are tons of different trainings. There's a business activity tracker. There is what to do after a challenge group is over. The first 30 leader guide is kind of like an overview of what you can do if you sign up a coach, how to mentor someone, how to get them started on the right foot. And there's tons and tons of stuff in here. And I recommend, like, if you are struggling with something specific, so like inviting to challenge groups, or you're struggling with sharing like how Shakeology can help people, it's really important to just find a tool or some sort of if you like YouTube videos, or if you like something like this a little bit more from Beachbody, do your PD on that kind of stuff, and that will kind of help build your confidence on that kind of stuff, because it is, it takes practice. And I'm trying to think. Down here is how to earn, how to advance and rank, and how to earn team cycle bonuses. So I mean, there's tons of videos in here that you can look up, and I believe, like on the main page, you can always look at on the main Coach Online office, you can always search videos in there too, and they have tons of videos on the different workout programs, Shakeco videos, all that good stuff. So okay, I'll stop my share. There you go, kiddo.
Does everybody know how to get to that page? Did that make sense in your office?
Yeah, it's under the news and training tab across the top. So, and then over on the left will be the.
You can also get to it by going into like sales and marketing, and under business tools, if you scroll down, it's in pretty much trainings, I think is what it's called. So I don't know what just happened. Can you guys hear me still? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. That was really weird. A weird sound. Okay. Share screen again. My computer's being weird. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry.
It's all your fault.
I know. Okay, here we go.
All right. Let me go back. One.
Oops. No, sorry. This one?
One more. There you go. That one. Yep.
Sorry, it's really hard to see the slideshow thing. Okay.
Okay, so knowing this, that was the tab that I was just on for in the back office. So understanding the vital process. So if you go back into that online back office where the news and training tab is, basically the vital process is you have to invite people to your challenge groups, you have to help them get results, and then you convert them to a coach if that is the next step that's appropriate for them, if you think that they would be really good at it. And that is the next step on this, know this, how to convert customers to coaches. So I think it's really important to know that your best coaches come from your challenge groups. Like Danielle, she's like the only person that I've ever known that's gotten a 10 out of 10 for the full 21-day fix. Her and John did it. And I was like, you have to be a coach. Nobody does this. You're a freak. You need to be a coach. So, so it was very easy to say to her, like, you are basically doing what it is as a coach. Now you can just share it with other people. So, and then how to successfully onboard new coaches with programs, so that was in the back office. We also have, like I said, trainings on how to do like a get started right call where you connect with them and just kind of ask them very basic questions, what their goals are, if they want to be a discount hobby or business builder, that kind of stuff. And then social media, creating content to attract followers and expand on other social media platforms. So once you get really comfortable, like let's say on Facebook, expanding either to a like page on Facebook or going off into like Snapchat or Instagram where you're really reaching out into more your cold market. So recruiting people that maybe you don't necessarily know as well, And then knowing how to use a business activity tracker, that would be like your Rockstar Fit tracker. You can make your own tracker. You can use Teamsy. There's a lot of different things just to kind of it's a really good way to monitor what you're doing, making sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. And then it's a way to track things too. You can track conversations and who you've been talking to. And after a while, your business grows. It's harder to remember things. So it's really good to have some sort of tracking system so that way you can remember everything. And then knowing the compensation plan, once you become an Emerald, you start taking advantage of those team cycle bonuses. So, and that's a really important thing to understand once you start building your team and understanding where you want to put coaches as you're building your team in order to maximize on your team cycle bonuses. So, and then knowing the coach policies and procedures, there's I think it's Brian, my husband downloaded it when I first became a coach and read the whole thing. He's like that. But there's a ton of rules. There are things that how you can use, I think you have to use a disclaimer. If you ever say I lost weight using a Beachbody program, you have to do a disclaimer at the bottom saying something I can't remember exactly what it says, but something it varies based on the person. It's not a guaranteed result. Something to the effect that you have to do the stuff. You have to do the workouts, drink the shakes in order for you to get results. So, so there's actually a coach policies and procedures, and you can find that in your back office too. So, okay, advanced slide. And then same kind of thing with the regular or the general coach. Now as an Emerald coach on the leadership ladder, your next goal is a team builder. So that means you are building your team. So your commissions, you want 250 bonus points per month. You always want to be hitting Success Club. Your highest paid rank is an Emerald Plus. So you could be a diamond or a diamond, 1-star diamond and above and still be a team builder. So this next one down here is PS with 1+ SC points. So that is the number of personally sponsored coaches you have with 1 or more Success Club points. And then weak leg volume. So your weak leg volume is your inside leg, and it's super confusing. And if you've never had a lesson on it, I'm not going to go way into it because it's confusing. But you want to have your weaker leg, which is your inside leg, at 200 team volume points. And then PS team leaders or personally sponsored team leaders. Lauren will talk about team leaders on the next leadership ladder. So that's just one thing you won't have to worry about as an Emerald usually. So, okay. So any questions as an Emerald? Things you should be doing, sharing ideas. For those of you who are Emerald and above, what tips do you have for people?
Yes, I have a question. Because I'm multiple times Emerald, but I'm just struggling so much to get to Diamond because I'm struggling to recreate that same push, that same drive. So how do I encourage my personally sponsored coaches to push to Emerald, to become more active so that I can continue to grow my business, help them grow theirs? Sometimes when I'm trying to explain why they should be doing it, they're like, do I have to be active? When I've got somebody who signed up on a discount. So I'm struggling with that right now because I'm so close. And that's where my hang up is.
And Danielle, that is the hardest part to getting to Diamond is waiting for coaches to go Emerald, because you have to have an Emerald, 2 Emeralds to go Diamond, and they have to be in the right spot in your leg. I think the biggest thing that you really can do is to just mentor your coaches to do the vital process. Pick a workout program, complete it. Teach them the value of Shakeology. Teach them the value of just even if you have them invite people to your challenge group and help those people get results, that's going to get you closer. I think the vital process in teaching that teaching your team is going to replicate what you do, as long as you mentor them to do that.
And I think it's important too for people to remember that, like, I don't know, I always felt pressure to like build really fast, and that was my own pressure. It wasn't from like other people. And so, how do I want to put this? Like, it's important for them to feel supported, and then also knowing that they don't have to do it quick, like, and knowing that, you know, you don't have to do a full power hour. You can do whatever works for you, but just as long as you're consistent with it, that's when things happen. So if they aren't seeing results, is because they're probably not being consistent with it. I don't know. Do you agree, Lauren?
Yeah, and I was also going to say, so I have always been someone who I've never really talked to my coaches if they go inactive. But recently, Sarah Morrison told me, she said, if someone is inactive, it's like a cry for help. So instead of like questioning them on why they're inactive, like question them about what their goals are and how you can help them meet their goals. Mm-hmm. But also understand not all of your coaches are going to want to run this as a hobby coach or as like a business builder. So I think as long as you're meeting them at where their goals are and helping them in that process, it'll happen. You are so close. We have a couple people on here very close to diamond.
Isn't there stats something like 1 in 20 coaches?
I think it's 1 in 10.
1 in 10 coaches will actually like want to run and be like a hobby and above. So yeah, that's why it's tricky.
That's why you have to keep talking to more people. Mm-hmm. Always. Any other questions on Emerald? No? Okay. All right. So I don't think, like I said, we have a lot of people on here who are very close to diamond. So I'm just going to be really brief on this, but I do want to touch on a couple of things. Because I feel like if you're like Danielle and you're like, I've gone Emerald so many times, you're so close to diamond that you really should start looking at a lot of these things and start pushing yourself to doing more of these tasks. Not to do all of them, but it's definitely good to get in the diamond mindset and to just, if you're already replicated Emerald so many times, you might as well treat your business like a diamond business. So you're going to continue to coach, do coach and Emerald activities. You're going to develop Emerald coaches and business builders. So kind of like what we just broke down on how to mentor your coaches to do the vital process. You can co-host coach opportunity presentations. So I know we do like sneak peeks, so you can step up and start helping with that. Maybe do like a video in there. Those are great ways for people you invite to see you actively in your team page and taking on that leadership role. If they can make that connection with you and you have made a video talking about your knowledge of coaching, that makes you seem very credible. You can lead training activities like coach basics or team calls. And by the way, if anybody ever wants to lead a call on anything, reach out to Lindsay or I. We would be happy to have, if you feel comfortable ever doing one. I know most of the time they seem really out of your comfort zone, but 5 feet, baby. Push it 5 feet out of your comfort zone. Great things happen. Supporting onboarding activities for your downline and team. So that's a thing. Like as a diamond coach or even as an emerald coach, you're not just signing people up and being like, good luck. I hope you do great. Like, I can't wait to see your transformation in 90 days. I hope you do awesome. Can't wait to see your before and after. Like, I don't want you to ever discount your coaches. Like, always be there for them. Encourage them. If you see them commenting in your team page or asking for help. Like, you should be there cheering them on, providing them support in any way that you can, even if they're not your personally sponsored coach. Coaching is a huge part of it is community, and the more that we can be there for each other, the better. Help set team member goals. So just like we know to push ourselves 5 feet out of our comfort zone, you want to teach your coaches and help them see 5 feet out of their comfort zone and help them get there. Recognize top performing coaches on your team. Lead coach basics training. Those are kind of already set up for you, but there are always opportunities to do like push groups, to do inviting groups, different kinds of things. So those are great things to get active in once you become a Diamond coach. Participate in one-on-one calls with your upline Star Diamond coach. I don't know what this bottom one says. Enroll in Beachbody corporate sales team, new Diamond calls. That one, you'll get there when you get there. I think not a ton of people get corporate calls. I've heard that they can be really intimidating. So definitely don't worry about that. But I do want to touch on this really quick because I know I've had a couple conversations with people on Team Heart and Hustle before about creating your own team page. I would definitely hold off on creating your own team page until you're at least a Diamond coach. Managing and running your own team page is a lot of work. And I would the first goal that you the big goal is Diamond. And if you reach that and you have a couple of active coaches, then I'd say, yeah, definitely. It's a great way for people to be able to connect together. It's a great place for you to provide training and tips for your team. But I definitely would hold off on creating your own team page until you've reached Diamond. It's just a lot to juggle. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that you have to wait to start leading. You can always step up in your team page that you're in. Reach out to your sponsor coach and see if there are other things that you can do to help out. This PowerPoint does not like me. There we go. Okay, so share corporate communications with your team. Lindsay and I don't really have this right now, but we are part of different, the cool thing about when you hit Diamond is all of a sudden you get added to a couple of different Diamond pages, and they're weekly Zooms, and they're definitely more leadership-based Zooms. A lot of great helpful tips in there. So, it's our job to share those things with you, and when you become Diamond, you're going to do the same. Create videos to share with your team. Recognize and tag people on your team in social media. Engage in and promote monthly Success Club and Challenge Pack promotions. Message a coach for a job well done. And watch summit workshops for additional training. And I'd say for anyone, really, those are great things for you to do anyways. I love looking at videos on YouTube. I watch them while I fold laundry. We don't have a dishwasher, so a lot of times I'll put a YouTube video or YouTube training, or Janelle Summers, her website, she has so many different great trainings on there. Lindsay, if you guys don't have access to that, I have that in our coach packet. So if you guys want to know what that is, let me know. But yeah, so they're great. I just if you have a hunger for learning this, a hunger for knowledge in this, and you keep acting on that without being a chronic coach, keep being hungry to learn in this. There's always more to learn. So.
Hey, do you want to talk more about chronic coaching? I didn't touch on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. It was in my notes and I kind of.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically it kind of goes along with what Lindsay said about business hours. And making sure that, and I talked with my team about this last week on our call, so I'll make it short and sweet and to the point, but a curse having our business on our phones. It's really convenient, but at the same time, like, you can get you can get caught scrolling the news feed and say, I'm working my business, when really you're just scrolling to scroll. So just being intentional with your time, grind and unwind to get your power hour done, get your vital behaviors done, and then turn it off. So, but yeah. And then as a diamond, you're just trying to attract more people to your personal brand. So by this point, you've already been rocking your transformation. Now you have to dig in a little deeper with your story. You're definitely reaching out more to your cold market. Instagram is amazing, by the way. I know my team's like, oh my gosh, Lauren, stop. We know you're obsessed with Instagram. But seriously, like, Instagram is your cold market, and you can hone in on your avatar so much better than you can on Facebook. Same thing, you're setting business hours. You're doing team reports. So every week when you see Lindsay and I come out with the volume breakdown, like our I can't think of the word right now, but the leadership board, those are all coming down from a team report that you have access to in your back office. Getting to know sponsorship drill down, your genealogy, and your leads reports. So, and same thing, compensation plan. Once you're diamond or star diamond, you get a matching star diamond bonus. So basically what that means is, like, as your team is building volume, you get 10% of what your coaches earned off of their weekly team cycle bonus. So if you think about replicating the vital process, and you're replicating more emeralds, you get 10% of every team cycle bonus that each emerald and above has. And then for leadership ladder, it's team leader. So you're making $1,000 in commissions. You've hit Success Club 5. You're diamond or above. You have 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point, and your weak leg has reached 5,000 team volume points. So that is the breakdown. So you can see each one gets progressively harder to hit, but if you're reaching those, if you're hitting them, it means you're growing your business. It's just an easy way to see, not only are you hitting Success Club, but you're also, you're helping grow your team. You're helping more people stay consistent with your challengers, that kind of thing. So, and then questions, comments. No? Okay, I'll stop video. Oh, not stop video. I meant to stop recording. On my A game, clear.